Hey, Shalom, Shalom, when the stuff souls by giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Hashem, Kodash. Double honors the apostles of GMS and honors to brothers doing the work in truth, while sincerity. This is another quick one. What you call it? I had that song, that church song in my head. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Right, that song, and and that's the thing, because this little light that we have, we gotta let it shine, just as Yahweh Shai said. You can see here it's written in red. Right, we've got one job, and we gotta do that job. Right, you have other things in the world or whatever, work, whatever vice that you have. In fact, I don't even know if I can even use that word, vice. Okay, no, I take that back, not vice. Yeah, so yeah, no, I take that word back. But whatever, whatever thing you may have, you might enjoy, or whatever, what have you, right? The truth comes first. Right, it says Matthew 5:14. It says, "Ye are the light of the world," and that's ultimately what it is, right? And that's why people hate us. That's why people don't like us, right? Remember what it said. I completely forgot how this is worded. Right, it says John 3:19. It says, "And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil." Right, and I'm saying that's why people may actually even be quoting the same same event. In fact, no, it's not here. So that's why people don't like us, man. Not because when we're out there on the streets through the power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Right, the spirit that's been given on us, something from the apostles on down. Right, we speak the scriptures, unadulterated, unfiltered, right, as they should be. Right, and then we tell people of their wickedness as has been commanded of us. This is quick. Isaiah 58:1 recites, "Cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins." So we tell them that they're going the fuck off. Right, and we know they're going the fuck off because only not so long ago we were going the fuck off with them. Right, we know how these people in this world, and for the most part, we still got to operate in this world. Scriptures say, using the world as not abusing it. Right. So I carry on. Yeah. So this is the point. That's why people don't like us, because we're the light of the world. Right. Through the power of Yahweh Hashem Shai, starting with the apostles on down. Right. And we're shining the light on this wickedness. Right. It says a city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Right, it says, "Neither do men light a candle, right, and puts it under a bushel, but on the candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house." Yeah, you don't, what do people complain about? Oh, why are the lights on and no one's in their house, or whatever, what have you? Right, because the light is, is for the living. Right, and what does the scripture say? It says Proverbs 21:16. It says, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." Right, so if you haven't got this truth, you're dead. Right, fine. I don't know what this says, but it rings a bell. Read this. This is John 11. I'm going to start from verse 9. It says, "Yahweh Shai answered, Are there not 12 hours in a day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him." Right, that I'm in my mind's through, so bear with me. Salak. I don't know if this is the one I wanted, but It says, but if a man walketh in the night, he stumbleth, and the majority of these people in the world, they're walking in the night, right? And they will never see the light, right? They see the light, and then they, it burns them, and they like vampires. Vampires don't like to see the light; it burns them, right? So they see the light, they're like, rah, and then they hide themselves, and they go away and they run. They may curse at it, like, man, who opened the curtain, man, or whatever, what have you, right? Or man, I can't wait till it's nighttime, right? Just like how they'll be like, I can't wait for these guys to be moved off the streets, right? Because we're that light, and it's burning these people, right? But carry on. It says, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but put it on a candlestick and give it light unto all that are in the house. So you don't hide the light, right? You let otherwise there's no point for it. Otherwise you may as well just remain in the dark. Whereas if you got the light, you've got to let it be seen by all men. You got to let it be seen by all people. Like I said once again, otherwise what's the point? It says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Right? So we do this work to glorify the Lord, because right now people look at us like, why are you out here? Right? Why are you out here? Right? But in that day when the prophecies come to pass, then they go, no. Right? This is Ezekiel 33, and it's all to glorify the Lord. Right? You read let me get that as well. 36, 21. Grab this. Right, so it's Ezekiel 36:21. Right, it says, but I had pity. But that's not one. Right, so it is. It says Ezekiel 36:21. It says, but I had pity for mine holy name, which the house of Israel had profaned among the heathen whither they went. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith Yahweh power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen whither ye went. Right? So basically the Lord is going to save us. There's a lot in this, but the Lord is going to save us to magnify his own name. Right? He's not even saving us for our sake, as it says here. He's doing it for his name's sake, right? Which is why he's got his prophets out there saying what's going to happen before it happens, right? It says Jeremiah 28:8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? And you look at the prophets of old. We read in Jeremiah, he did that. Look at Moses, he did that, right? The prophets all spoke of ill times, and they got sent on the scene, right? And then the Lord basically used them to say to the people what's going to happen. So I should send. Where is the scripture? Let's see, and I know this is there somewhere. I'm just trying to find the scripture. So this is where it says sent the prophets last. I can't find it. Oh well, yeah. But basically, it's just to show the world, look, man, end of the kingdom, the Lord will send his men, right? The men will be like, look, man, this place is going down, and the people won't believe. Look at Noah, they didn't believe, but when did they believe? When the rain started dropping. Just like how these people won't believe until the hell starts breaking loose, at which point it will be too late. It's Ezekiel 33:33 says that when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall it be known that a prophet hath been among them. Right? You read 1 Corinthians, the first chapter. It speaks about how the Lord has used the foolishness of this world, right, to confound the wise, because we're the foolish of this world, right? So they just by default don't want to believe what it is that we're saying. But when it comes to pass, right, and this is what it means that Lord will come, because the Lord is bound by his word, Isaiah 55:11. Right, if the Lord has written anything in these scriptures, it will come to pass. So when these things happen, right, they're gonna be, they're gonna be confounded, and they're gonna be like, man, shit, those really were the men of the Lord. Right, it's gonna magnify the name of the Lord even more, which is once again why we cannot hide this light that we have. All right, this is Luke, and this is the punishment. Right, I don't know how long I've been going. I don't want to make this too long. This is Luke 19:12. It says, he said, therefore a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. It says, but his citizens hated him and sent a messenger after him, saying, we will not have this man reign over us. Is this the one I want? It's the one I want. Yeah, cool. Let me jump down. It says, and another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. Right, so basically he had received the truth. Right, and then he didn't, He didn't do anything with it. He got given a talent, and he just didn't do it. He hid it. Right, it says, for I fear thee, because laid it in a napkin. Right, so he had the light and he hid it. He didn't let it shine. It says, for I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he saith unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. So if you've been blessed with this truth and you doing nothing with it, right? Because I'm not saying you come into this truth 2 weeks ago, you start doing videos, right? If I'm remembering correctly, Apostle Tahar usually says, after 6 months, you should be on a level, start making videos. And people, you always got to remember, these levels, if you come in, no one's going to hate on you for doing a 2-minute video breaking down the name of the Lord, or just saying, the name of the Lord is X. Because you always got to remember, there are other people watching, and there are other people who they're thinking, whoa, is that the name of the Lord? Oh shit, yeah, the one whom the world calls Jesus Christ is a black man, right? You look at I'm sure most brothers, obviously different brothers had different channels, whatever. I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers' first videos that they did, the first couple was, the Lord is a so-called black man. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel pressured to be doing hour-long videos, right? You do what you can. You don't force the spirit. The Lord gives the increase, as the scriptures say. Right, it says, so I'll carry on. I'll jump down to the point. Right, so if you don't, one more down. Is that the point? Yeah, it says, now I'm gonna start from verse 26. It says, for if I say unto you that everyone which hath shall be given, and from him that hath not, even that he hath shall be taken away from him. But those of mine enemy which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Right, so if you ain't doing this work, man, right, you've been in this long enough, right, you ain't trying to aid the ministry in a way, and the Lord's gonna deal with you. And obviously there's different lots, you've got helps, right, you've got because it's all a body, right. This is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 5 and 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. With the Spirit, right? Because I didn't even know how this was really going to fit in too well, right? But just on what I was talking about, there comes a point where you've got no choice but to start, making videos, start doing what it is that you can to aid the ministry, right? It says, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, right? The scripture says, Lord shall come as a thief in the night, right? It says in that like in security thou shalt be destroyed. You know, that peace and safety, right? You're like, it's alright. It's alright. Everything's alright, but it ain't alright, right? And in that security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance, right? So now is the time to be getting good with the Lord, right? Scriptures say that. It says it's what you call it. In fact, it says that a couple of times. High time awake, right? It's Romans 13:11 says that, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. And this is one of those scriptures that becomes more true every second, every millisecond, right? Every denomination of a second that goes by, right? Because that's, a denomination of a second, right? Denomination, right? I recognize now. Nomination, a name, designation, special ones. Was basically like a breakdown, right? Value, unit, size, right? So basically, a denomination, like a breakdown of a particular whole, right? Just to explain the word, right? It says in that knowing the time, that it's high time to wake out of sleep. So every second we get, we're closer and closer to the Lord coming back, right? So you got to get this truth now, right? And I'll what you call it, end with this is Matthew 11:6, right? It says, and blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me, right? So you let the someone why I brought this out is because we've got this light, right? But then you have what as the apostles referred to as the nastiness of the scriptures. That's still part of the light. You can't block it out. You blocking it out, you're being offended in the Lord. You gotta let the whole light shine. You gotta let every last ray of that light shine, right? That's been allotted to you, right? So Lord's word, that was edifying, slut, for not being, so coherent and that. But you gotta do the work, man. We gotta do this work, man. So so shalom.